Suche nach einem Videoproduzenten.
We were looking for a video producer, video director.
Und da haben wir unter anderem auch David Lynch.
And we sent a CD to David Lynch as well.
Und irgendwie geriet in seine Auto-CD-Player.
And somehow, he managed to listen to this in his car.
Und er hat sich verliebt.
And he just fell in love with the stuff. So he asked us whether we would permit him to use these two songs in the film. And we first turned him down.
No, it was a joke.
Of course it was a joke, but right away said yes.
In Germany, Herzlied was a runaway success, entering the charts no less than 5 times over 18 months. Its reputation soon spread to other European territories, and after years as underground musicians unable even to play in public in East Germany, Rammstein woke up and found they had become rock stars. None of them were ready for this transformation, but they embraced it wholeheartedly. They had never expected Rammstein to be commercially successful, but when it happened they were determined to take it all the way. Over the next few years they worked hard on promoting the band and playing live. From the start it was obvious that Rammstein's music would work better in big venues and before large crowds. In a sense, the whole concept of Rammstein was a dark, tongue-in-cheek vision of a massively successful European rock band that existed in some strange parallel universe, an alternate reality that was now beginning to cross over into our own. Meanwhile, over in the United States of America, the legendary film director David Lynch was shooting a film that in part utilised just such a concept of a crossover between parallel universes. Lynch had made his name with the nightmare surrealism of Eraserhead and had gone on to shock, mystify, frustrate and enchant audiences with his dark, disturbing visions in films like Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart and the cult TV series Twin Peaks. His new film, Lost Highway, was his most bizarre and impenetrable yet, and he had just finished the final day's shooting when he decided to listen to a cassette he'd been sent by some obscure German rock band as he drove home. Rammstein were all big fans of Lynch's work and had sent him the tape in the slim hope that he might agree to direct the video for their debut single, Du riechst so gut. By the time he heard it, the single had already been and gone, but Lynch was so impressed with what he heard that he decided to use the band on the Lost Highway soundtrack. Heirate mich and Rammstein were both featured at crucial junctures in the movie and introduced the band to audiences in the US and Great Britain for the first time. If the band were surprised at their success in their homeland, then this exposure was more than they could possibly have hoped for. Rammstein, however, were not fame-struck teenagers. All, bar Riedel, were by now in their 30s and had their feet firmly on the ground. Instead of giving in to the demands of fame and dissipating their energies with parties, sexual conquests and recreational drug-taking, they tended to retreat from the world. They cultivated normal, stable family lives that they kept consciously separate from the band. Private lives that were just that and which enabled them to retain their sanity. Already they were being forced to issue denials of any Nazi affiliations and to deal with the far-right nationals and skinhead thugs that tried to adopt the band for their own ends. If anything, the bigger Rammstein got, the more disciplined they became. As the pressure for them to record the follow-up to Herzlied grew, they resisted the temptation to work with big-name producers, staying with Jacob Hellner, who they said understood their working methods. They knew he wouldn't waste their time or money, or interfere in the songwriting process, but would work on the finished songs to make them stronger and encourage the band to perform well. He gave them the confidence and the security they needed to take Rammstein to the next level.